Hey there, parents. Today I'm sharing a story that's tough but important. It's about Jessica and Eric, a couple who wanted to be the coolest parents around, the fun ones who laugh with their kids and don't enforce strict rules. For a while, it seemed like they had it all figured out. Their teenage twins, Mia and Logan, adored them. Their home was the cool house where friends could hang out without judgment. "I trust them," Jessica would say whenever Eric suggested tightening the reins. "They're good kids. We don't need to smother them." But freedom without boundaries is like a car without brakes. It's destined to crash. By the time Mia and Logan were 16, the cracks began to show. Late-night hangouts turned into all-night disappearances. Jessica and Eric found themselves staying up, worried sick, only to be met with defiance. "Chill out, Mom," Mia would say. "It's not like we're doing anything illegal," Logan would add with a smirk. Jessica and Eric tried to laugh it off. They didn't want to be those parents who nagged and yelled. They wanted to stay close to their kids, to keep their trust. But trust without accountability is fragile, and the twins were pushing its limits every single day. Then one Friday night, Logan came home reeking of alcohol. His words slurred, his eyes glassy. "This has to stop," Eric said after Logan passed out in his room. "We need to set some boundaries." Jessica hesitated. "If we come down too hard, they'll shut us out. They need to know we're on their side." "And if we keep pretending this is fine, we're going to lose them," Eric replied. But Jessica wasn't ready to shift from being their friend to being their parent. And so, things continued. The twins pushed harder, and Jessica and Eric looked the other way, hoping it was just a phase. The phone call came on a stormy night, just after midnight. "Mr. and Mrs. Walker?" The voice was calm but firm. "This is Officer Reynolds. I'm afraid there's been an accident involving your children." Jessica dropped the phone. Eric grabbed it, his voice trembling. "Are they okay?" The officer's pause told him everything he needed to know. The days that followed were a blur of grief, guilt, and unbearable silence. Mia and Logan had been racing another car on a back road, showing off for their friends when they lost control and hit a tree. They never made it out. Jessica couldn't stop crying, replaying every moment in her head. The late nights, the parties, the drinking. Every time she looked the other way, convinced she was doing the right thing by being their friend instead of their parent. "They were just kids," she whispered to Eric one night. "They trusted us to keep them safe, and we let them down." Eric didn't respond. He sat at the kitchen table, staring at a picture of the twins, his jaw clenched. At the funeral, Jessica and Eric stood side by side, surrounded by well-meaning friends and family. But no words could touch the ache in their hearts. They had outlived their children, a pain no parent should ever have to endure. As they lowered the caskets into the ground, Jessica thought about all the moments she'd laughed off the warning signs. What if they'd set boundaries? Would Mia and Logan still be here? Months passed, and Jessica and Eric found themselves in a counselor's office, trying to piece together their lives. "We thought we were giving them freedom," Jessica said quietly, "but we were just giving them permission to self-destruct." The counselor nodded. "Parenting isn't about being your child's best friend. It's about being their guide, their protector. Sometimes that means saying no, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard." As the years went by, Jessica and Eric carried their grief, but became advocates for other parents, hoping to prevent another tragedy. "Love your kids enough to say no," Jessica would say at parenting workshops. "Be their parent, not their friend. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it could be the thing that saves their life. Because sometimes, loving your children means being the bad guy. It means setting boundaries and holding firm even when they hate you for it. And it means understanding that the greatest gift you can give them isn't freedom, it's safety." Thanks for watching. If this story touched you, please share it with others. And remember, being a parent means being their rock, their guide, and sometimes their protector.